Hey boys, we're back. So, teams have risen and teams have fallen. The Titans, Giants have risen a lot. The Giants have not looked good this year. Same with the Browns too. But you know who else is the biggest shock to me? The Rams. The Rams are like known as the best team in football, and because if they made that James Pierce Jr. trade last year, they're gonna have a really good draft pick, and that's gonna look really good. And that's gonna make that team even more stacked. And they have a great track record of drafting. So it's gonna be an interesting an interesting experience. So let's start off. Okay, first pick. So I would like to note Ruben Bates still number one, and Caleb Downs still number two. Alvaro Reese has jumped significantly though. He used to be seven. He used to be where Jeremiah Love was, and Teacher Parker has fallen a little bit, but these top stay the same. But Alvaro Reese gone to the top three in the big board, which with respect, I think he can go number one overall. But today, I do have him going overall one overall. So Alvaro Reese has been crazy good this year for Ohio State. I think he was continue to produce in the NFL. He's not only just a good rusher, but he's also a really good off ball linebacker. He has really good skills. I think he can really ascend that Titans defense who really struggle, and you're gonna take the best player on the board with number one overall. I don't really see the Titans moving back or forth that much, and even if he does, I think he's a good fit for the Titans. He can play the ball. He can play off ball. He can do basically whatever you want. You can also rush the quarterback. He's good. He's a good pick here. He's one of the best players in college football. I think you can do it. Giants on the clock. So Giants have not looked good. The offensive line, PFF has them needing offensive line. I don't think so. I think their offensive line has been fine. It's been good enough to the point where Jackson Dart can get away with that type of stuff. But their corners have been abysmal. But you can't really justify taking a corner this high because none are really that good. Sis, I don't know how you say his name. Delane and McCoy. McCoy is coming off an injury. Delane's good, but I don't think you can justify taking him up this high. And Sisk is, I don't trust that so much. You can also take Downs, but again, like I said last week, you can't really justify taking a safety this high because the value for that, a lot of NFL teams don't do that, and I think you should stray away from that because Downs is a great player, but teams will draft off of positional value, not actual positional like the value of the player. So sure, Caleb Downs can be like the best, but if the Giants need a defensive end, which is more valuable than a safety in a front offices, they're gonna take the safety, or they're gonna take the defensive end instead of the safety. So, or they're gonna take the receiver instead of the safety, or they're gonna take the only one that safety is probably like a running back, basically. And for quarterbacks right here, with these three quarterback needy teams right here, also with the Raiders, you can see them taking quarterback too. So not the Giants, but like you can see them taking quarterback instead of a Caleb Downs or a Ruben Bain type player. But with the Giants, for me, it's between Tyson Woods or Tate. I don't know why Lemon is ranked above. I think Tate has been good. He he has shown some flashes, but he's also like he's not he's a big run blocker. He's a good run blocker, but I would like to see him put up some more speed. And I feel like he isn't like as athletic as some people take him out to be. But he's in a good pick here. I picked Cardinal Tate last week, so I'm gonna stray away with that. I'm gonna go for something crazy here. I'm gonna go with Caleb Downs. Giants need defensive back help. Secondary has been horrible, and partly because of the coordinator. The coordinator is terrible, but also it's very thin when they get injured. So I don't think it's a good idea to brush over the fact that oh we don't take safeties this high. No need to take it. Caleb Downs is one of the best in football, and if he's on the board and the Giants who need a very big defensive back, I think you should take Caleb Downs in this situation. I don't care about positional value at this point. If they need safety help, get safety help. Newman hasn't been good, and Holland has been injured for a little bit. Holland isn't that good with that defensive coordinator and that scheme. So I feel like if Downs and Holland and with Newman rotating in and out can be a really good safety trio, and that can elevate the secondary as a whole with Adebo. And once they get rid of Banks and all those missed corners, they can really elevate that secondary. Cordell Flott's been playing good. Drew Phillips has been playing good, so they can really elevate that secondary. Browns. I think the Browns take a quarterback here, and out of these three quarterbacks, I really like Fernando Mendoza. I've said this yesterday. I said this last week too. I really like. I said this yesterday. I said this last week too. I really like Fernando Mendoza. So I think if he's there, he's gonna be the first quarterback taken off the board. But I think the Browns take Fernando Mendoza. Their defense has been good. Their defense has been phenomenal. Myles Garrett will always do Myles Garrett things, and then I don't think they plan on keeping Shador or Dylan Gabriel around at all because you're not starting Shador. You take him a 5th round pick. 32 teams passed on him 5 times until the Browns eventually picked him up. That's bad. And they don't plan on having him run in the future too. Because if he's starting this week, but if he's still starting, man, it's gonna be bad, bro. Because there's no talent around him. So would I pick quarterback if I was the Browns? No, I would build around. I think that's what I would do. I'd build around. I'd get a Jordan Tyson type player. But this is a mock draft. We're thinking about what the front offices are thinking. So I think they go to quarterback here. And I think they take Fernando Mendoza, Heisman candidate, Heisman hopeful, Heisman frontrunner. I think he will win the Heisman when it's all said and done. So I think Mendoza is a good pick for them here, but I do wish I would take like more playmakers instead of setting Mendoza up for failure. We've seen with Shador and Dylan Gabriel who have not performed, not purely because they're bad. Maybe Dylan Gabriel's bad. I believe Shador Sanders can be a starting quarterback, but I don't think they have the right talent around him. I mean, I don't think Jerry Jeudy, with the amount of offensive line, has been bad. Coaching has been bad. It's been just a real train wreck. I mean, other than the defense, who's been performing pretty well, and Myles Garrett always performing on a DPOY level, it's not been good for them. So I like Mendoza here. Saints on the clock. Many of them have taken quarterback. I don't have them taking quarterback. I have them taking Ruben Bain. They're gonna need some. They need D line here. Even PFF says they need D line here, and if they can get a good edge rusher, arguably the best edge rusher, they're gonna take it. And I think that's good. They've been injured on and off, and it's the Saints, man. They haven't been good in a couple of years. So I think getting Ruben Bain here, who's a proven pass rusher who can change the game, I really like this here. He went first last week for me, first overall, and I think he can really elevate this defense, get some pressure on the quarterback. The Jets, I think I'd take them either taking Ty Simpson or Dante Moore. Ty Simpson did not play good last week. He seemed sluggish. He seemed slow. The Alabama played bad. He threw a pick 6. It was tough. It was a tough game. But I do think he won't fall that much because he's been playing pretty good outside of the Florida State game and the Oklahoma game. It was a bad game for Oklahoma. Don't get me wrong, it was bad. But I don't think 2 games really defines you that much to the point where you're going to drop so much. He did drop in the rankings a little bit, but I don't think he should drop in the draft that much, especially with the Jets, who is quarterback needy. So I think I got the Jets taking Ty Simpson. It's a pretty good. They have a pretty good offensive line. They have a good running back, and they have a good wide receiver in Ty Simpson. And then they also have a later draft pick and next year's draft pick too. They have a pick 28. I mean, it's not a bad situation in New York. As much as we like to clown on the Jets, they're not bad. They're not in a terrible situation. So I really like Ty Simpson here. He will come here. He'll have a proven wide receiver one, Garrett Wilson, one who's locked down for at least 4 years, unless he requests a trade, which I doubt he will. And good offensive line when healthy. They have AVT. They have a good amount of offensive line help. So I really like that too. So I think they can produce. If a top quarterback is available, I take Dante Moore here. Monday night was a bad game. No offense done. I mean, they were getting shut down by that Cowboys defense, which isn't that good. So it was a rough showing. And Cowboys aren't that good at all, and they made them look like a playoff team. It's bad. So Geno Smith obviously isn't getting the job done. He's been playing abysmal this year. No matter who he plays, he's always been pooping the bed. So I think Dante Moore is the easy pick here if he's available. Commanders. With the Commanders, I got them taking Carnell Tate. Oh, fuck. I took Lemon. Okay, so the Commanders are on the clock. I think if they have receiver available, I think they take receiver. Maybe they take edge or defensive back. The TJ Parker and Woods is there. But I think they should take a receiver. Give Jaden Daniels some more help. So I like Jordan Tyson here. He's been one of the best college football players when healthy. There is injury concerns, but I feel like the upside is there. And if he can stay healthy, he will produce. He's by far the most talented receiver here, but the problem is the injuries, man. He missed an entire entire season just from a knee injury, and he's been on and off this year with injuries too. So, but when he's on the field, he's a real game changer, and especially with a quarterback like Jaden Daniels who can throw, and was a Heisman winner. He can really help Jaden Daniels elevate with Terry McLaurin and Debo. So I think that's a good pick there. The Rams, man, they're back. They're back here, man. So they do need quarterback. Matthew Stafford is getting older. Maybe take someone later in the rounds. They've fallen a good amount. So I think they take best available here. So I like Jamal McCoy, but there's a lot of uncertainty with the injury. But they do need corners, man, because Jackson Smith and Chigba dropped 105 still, with Sam Darnold playing abysmal too. So I think Jamal McCoy is too big of a risk for them wanting to win now. Mansour Tulane has been one of the best college corners in football, and I think that's going to be a good pick for them. That's going to be an impact now player. He's used to these big stages at LSU. He did transfer from Virginia Tech, but I do like that he is a big corner. He The Rams need corners. I mean, even with Sam Darnold playing abysmal, JSN, I know it's JSN, but still, he dropped 105 with Sam Darnold throwing 4 picks. I mean, it's been bad, and I think if they grab their corner at 8 from Atlanta, who hasn't been good, I think I really like this too. So I think Mansour Delane will look good in this Mike Shula defensive scheme, even if Mike Shula is there, if he's in a different place for a different head coach, maybe. But if he's still there, he'll look great in there. So I like that too. Bengals. I think I got them taking offensive lineman. You're gonna have to reach for an offensive lineman here. It's bad. It's been pretty bad. So I do like Spencer Fano here. Your tackle is one of the most valuable, if not the most valuable, position in football. You gotta work on the trenches, and they haven't been working on the trenches. Joe Burrow has no time. He's always running back in the pocket. He's always getting hurt from the bad offensive line play, and he's been hurt majority of the season just because of the offensive line is by itself. It's not because of the defense too. So with most of the defensive talent gone in Delane, Bain, Downs, and Reese, I don't think you can justify taking another defensive player, maybe Peter Woods. But I do like Fano because it'll provide your quarterback in the future with more options to be protected and staying healthy, which is the most important. So, best abilities, availabilities, and I said this multiple times. Uh, let's go with the Cardinals. Go back to an Ohio State wide receiver in the first round. We'll take Cardinal Tate. Cardinal Tate, great prospect. He's not very speed, but he can block, and he's a good team guy. I feel like he can really elevate this team, and he can be paired up with MHJ and also an OSU alumni. So I like that. So this would be a good fit. Whoever the quarterback is in the future, we don't know, but I think Kyler or whoever it is, Brissett, whoever's starting, will have a fun time throwing to Marvin Harrison Jr. and Cardinal Tate, the Ohio State duo. So I like that too. They need some playmakers too. So this is good. MHJ can't be the only playmaker too. So I can maybe see them taking Jeremiah Love. He's available, but I think Tate is good. He's a good run blocker. He'll be good for what he needs because Marvin Harrison Jr. is already that big home run hitting guy that can get all the attention. Tate can be that guy who run blocks, does all the dirty work, but also gets that big play every once in a while that when you need it. Dolphins. I got him taking Jamal McCoy. Mike McDaniel, I don't think is gonna get fired. There's been a lot of buzz with the whole McDaniel situation. I don't think he'll get fired that much, but I do think that taking McCoy here after the injury is worth the risk. He was one of the best college football corners, if not the best, before he got injured, and I think he can immediately produce for Miami if they give him the right care, the right, just anything, just the right area to succeed. He's not a bad player. He's good. It's just you gotta be a little concerned with that injury, the ACL tear. He might not be the same, but you gotta take that chance. I still think he's a round one corner even with that injury. So I like that here too. The Cowboys. I'm taking Peter Woods. Peter Woods has been pretty good in a pretty bad Clemson team. He's really good. He's really physical. He will stuff the run. He's really good at run stuffing. Opposite of Quentin Williams, who they just traded for, which is good. So I like Peter Woods here. They can really bolster that defense. That defense has been bad. Maybe they take corner. Maybe they take corner, maybe Avion Terrell or Sis, but I don't think you can take a corner here. Especially with that defense, you have to keep on the defensive side of the ball. They're not going to take Jeremiah Live or Makai Lemon with Pickens and CeeDee Lamb. So I like Peter Woods here, and I think he'll be good to learn from Quinton Williams. So I think that's a good pick there. So running back, I got Jeremiah Love going to the Vikings. I think I did it last week too. I think Jeremiah Love is a good prospect. I think he's one of my Heisman favorites too. Other than Mendoza, maybe Julian Sang. You can put Jeremiah Love up there too. So I like Jeremiah Love. He played really well against Pitt last week. He had a really long run. He was pretty good. So I like that too. Aaron Jones getting old. He's getting old, and especially with the whole JJ McCarthy thing where he's not really producing that much. He's not playing that well. He's last in the division. You've got to get some sort of stress off of JJ McCarthy to know, hey, there's a running back here too you can go to, as well as a deep threat in Jefferson too, so that can help. So I like that too. The Ravens, I have them going TJ Parker. They need defense. It's been okay to kind of pass in the offense. Lamar will do Lamar things. Derrick Henry will do Derrick Henry things. Mark Andrews will do Mark Andrews things. They will not be picking here. I can guarantee you that. I said this last week. They will not be picking here. So I think that TJ Parker here is good, but don't take this with a grain of salt. I don't think they'll be picking here, but TJ Parker is really good off the edge. Again, like I said, he's been one of like the few true prospects from Clemson because Clemson's been so bad this year. So I like Parker here, and I think he'll produce on opposite of Mike Green. So yeah, I like that. The Chiefs, let's go with an edge. We'll go with Folk. He can play inside and outside. He's been pretty good at Auburn. He's big. He's fast. He can do what he wants. And if they need to play inside, he can next to Chris Jones, but they can play outside. And the Chiefs need some defense. I know they have him as guard here, but I don't think that you can take a guard here. But I think edge here, pass rushing is one of the most important positions in football. So I do think taking Folk here is the right decision. He can be so versatile on that line. So it's just a matter of where you play him, and I think he'll do good. He's a big SEC school guy, so I think he can take it. With the Texans, I got them taking Francis Mauigoa. Again, like I said, it's going to be reach. PFF doesn't have him that graded that highly. The class this year for tackles isn't that good either. Fano and Mauigoa have ranked 16 and 24th, and same with Proctor. Proctor is ranked 28th, and Jennings Dunker is 36. So you're going to reach for tackles sometimes, and that's fine because it's such a valuable position. You need to protect the quarterback. You need to build that trenches to stop these crazy rushers like TJ Watt, Brian Burns, Myles Garrett. You gotta stop all of those guys. So I feel like you can reach on a tackle, and that's just one of the few things where I'll be like, okay, you can reach on that position. Tackle and quarterback is like the few positions you can reach because those two can change the game. So I like Mauigoa in this situation. Do I think he's worth that high of a pick? No, but Texans need offensive line. Stroud got hurt, and they look pretty shaky. And you got to keep your franchise guy afloat. Like it's bad. That defense is too good to warrant another pick on defense, especially with how the edge rusher class is pretty good, but like you got to pick the tackle class. I mean, it's bad. Like their offensive line has been bad. Stroud got injured. You got to keep your guy safe, and I feel like Mauigoa can maybe be the right change that direction after trading Laramie Tunsil to the Commanders. With the 17th pick, I have David Bailey. David Bailey has been tremendous for Texas Tech this year. I think they're saying he should get Heisman votes. I don't think he should, but if Texas Tech thinks they like him that much, an edge rusher should get Heisman votes. Be my guest. That's something different. It's something different than a quarterback. But yeah, I really like David Bailey. He's been flying to the ball recently. After that BYU game, I was sold on him as a prospect. I really like his game. He's really good. I think he can elevate that that Panthers defense after trading away Brian Burns to the Giants, and they really lacked that big sack guy ever since he's been gone. So I think David Bailey would be the right pick in the right direction, and I think that would be really good for the Panthers defense, who haven't looked like that bad this year. They're like 6-5, and they're not bad. There was one bad loss to the Saints, but other than that, they could very easily be 7-4 right now, or 7-5 right now. Like it's really it's getting close to them. So I really like what the Panthers are doing here, and I think they can really kind of elevate by keep on stacking out to the trenches, because that defense is pretty good too. But the secondary isn't that bad. So and I really like J.C. Horn. So I think David Bailey will be good for that Panthers defense. Lions. Okay, I got the Lions taking Avion Terrell. Avion Terrell has been pretty good this year. Again, Clemson has been good, but there's been 3 or 4 guys that have been really good for Clemson. So I like Avion Terrell here. He's brother of AJ Terrell. I have him falling a little bit than I did last week because the ranks fluctuate, but Avion Terrell has been good. I do like him as a prospect. He's a big guy. He can get the ball. He's good. He's good. And they just got a win over ranked Louisville, so that was good. They didn't they didn't play that. The defense didn't play that good. It was a pretty high scoring affair. But hey, you gotta take an elite corner or prospect when you see it. So I think you gotta take the corner here. Lions have not been good. They were injured this week against the Eagles, and after some questionable play calling, their defense played pretty well. But after some questionable play calling, they did lose from a dumb PI, which I thought was totally bogus. So, yeah, I think they can take Avion Terrell here, and yeah, I like the Avion Terrell pick here. I got the Buccaneers taking Sadiq. Sadiq has been really good on Oregon. He's a really big freak athlete. He can just break down and run if you really need him to, and he has lightning quick speed, and he's really athletic too. So I think he'll be really good for this team who needs some sort of spark next year. I don't think they're real playoff contenders. I feel like they need some sort of spark and some sort of big playmaker after Mike Evans is getting old, Chris Godwin's so injured. So I really like Sadiq here. He'll be good for Baker and Egbuka to bring some stress off of that, and Bucky Irving too, who they have a pretty good offense. If they pick Sadiq too, so it's playmakers at every position there for them. Baker, Egbuka, Mike Evans, and Chris Godwin, plus with Bucky Irving and all of them. I think with the tight end they can really start producing some more. So I think that's good. I really like that pick there. Jacksonville traded Travis Hunter for Travis Hunter, so they gave up this year's pick, and they've been pretty well. But Travis Hunter's shut down for the season, even if they make the playoffs. So, you got the Browns picking here. Let's get Mendoza some help, with Mekhi Lemon. Mekhi Lemon has been really good in college. One of the 3 elite prospects. Really good at route running. He's a slot receiver. He can play in the slot. He's 5'11", and I think Lemon can be has good football IQ, and a lot of analysis think that he's really good too. So I like Lemon too, and I've been watching some USC games this year, and they've been pretty good. So I think Mekhi Lemon is pretty good in this scenario. Let's go with the Steelers. The Steelers, I feel like they've taken a raw athlete who needs some sort of teaching behind, and I feel like that guy can be Garrett Nussmeier. He can learn behind behind Rodgers, and I think Rodgers can help him out, and I feel like they can get their QB of the future here. Do I think Rodgers has that much left in him? No, but you can get your QB of the future. Nussmeier has been playing okay with the head coach firing. LSU has looked rough this year, but I feel like under the right circumstance with Mike Tomlin too, who's very quarterback friendly, who can elevate this team, who has a winning record forever, for as long as I can remember. So I think Garrett Nussmeier can produce here. He has good targets in Metcalf and a good run game, and O-line and defense can bail him out sometimes too, because that defense is pretty good. That front seven is pretty good. So I like that. I like this pick here. Nussmeier can develop under Mike Tomlin and Aaron Rodgers. So I like that if they re-sign Aaron Rodgers. Chargers, I have them going Ione. I do think Ione has been pretty good. Penn State has been a train wreck this year with the James Franklin saga, but I do think Ione is good. They've you know what the Harbaugh brother wants to do. He wants to run down your throat with his his first round pick running back last year, Marion Hampton, and he's looked good this year. So if you keep him healthy and you keep the O line healthy, they can be really good with McConkey. Quinn Johnson hasn't been playing that bad this year, and Keenan Allen too. They with Herbert under center, they can do so much with that too. I think that the Chargers can be a really good team next year if they draft right and get the right amount of defense and trenches help after everyone's been injured. Alt, Slater, but if you get some more depth into that offensive line, which Harbaugh really likes to dig deep into, I think they can make a deep playoff push next year and be one of the best. 49ers, I haven't taken Cassius Howell. 49ers have had some bad injuries with Bosa being gone, but I also really like Cassius Howell as a prospect. Against South Carolina, he had two pass deflections that were like, oh wow, that's really nice because I was watching that game. He had two pass deflections. That was a pretty good sequence of events. I was like, wow, he's really performing. I'm not as high as him as someone like a David Bailey, obviously, or as a Keldrick Folk. But I do like Cassius Howell, and Texas A&M has been pretty good this year, and it's partly because of this guy. He's really good. Texas A&M rushers are a little different. You can see with Myles Garrett too. So I think you can bet on the Texas A&M rusher right now. So I think he'll be a good pick here. I think I think Dallas gets Sonny Styles. Texas A&M's defense has been, or sorry, whoa, I'm in last picks mode. Ohio State's defense has been pretty good. Sonny Styles has been pretty good. Sonny Styles can fly to the ball. I really like Sonny Styles. 6'4" and he's 243. Um, he's physical and he can track the ball. He's good on pass coverage and run defense and fluid movement. He played safety and he also is really is really like he's really fast and athletic for a linebacker too. So I think he can do pretty well for that defense too. Since they just took I haven't taken Keldrick Folk here too. So or Peter Woods. Sorry, I haven't taken Peter Woods. So I think he can elevate the defense too, especially uh the Bears. I think I got them taking Caleb Banks. I like Caleb Banks. He did have some injury history, but Florida has been playing okay this year. I like Caleb Banks as a prospect. He's big, he's fast, and they need that defensive run. Their defense hasn't been good. Other than takeaways, their defense has not been good. They've been letting up. They've been being carved up by a bunch of numerous teams. So I like Caleb Banks here. They'll help that trenches. The trenches are the most important position in football. So I think the trenches can help. So I think Caleb Banks will help that terrible abysmal run defense and get pressure to the quarterback when needed. So I think Caleb Banks can help that. The Bills. I have the Bills taking Sis. I really like Casey. Or I think it's Casey. I really like Casey. I think he can elevate that team. South Carolina has been abysmal this year too. That it's bad. But I do like Kiss in this situation. He's big. He's physical. He can get to the ball. I like that too. Uh, but South Carolina has been bad. But I think the Bills need some help. They took Maxwell Harrison last year, so more DB help can be good, and you can never have too many DBs. So I like that too. I have the Seahawks taking Proctor. I think Proctor is a good prospect. He was at Alabama. Alabama had a tough loss, but I do think Proctor's good. He's big. He's physical. He's athletic too. He can push out. He's been pretty good for Ty Simpson this year, and causing uh too many pressures. So I do like Proctor here, and I feel like he'll be good for good. He'll be good for Sam Darnold and Jigba there too. So I like that too, and the running game too with Kenneth Walker if he's ever healthy. So I like that. Jets. I have them taking a wide receiver for Ty Simpson, and I have him taking Denzel Boston. Boston's good. He has a good catch radius. He's good. He's good. I like him as a prospect. He's 6'4", 210. He has a bunch of contested catches, and he really excels in that 15 to 25 yard range. He has good awareness, and sometimes I feel like I could question his actual technique, but he can if he can refine that in the pros. I feel like he can do a pretty good job, and I feel like he can learn under Garrett Wilson to refine his skills, and that can be really good. But I do like Boston here. All right, got the Rams. If Sellers is available here, I think they should take Sellers. Sellers is incredibly physically gifted, man. He's so gifted. I've watched a bunch of his tape. He's so gifted. He's gonna get penalized because South Carolina isn't doing good this year, but he is so gifted, and I really think he can be the best quarterback in this class if big if he can learn under Matthew Stafford for the next couple of years. Sellers has really questionable accuracy sometimes. His deep ball accuracy isn't as bad as other scouts or analysts predicted, but there's still some shaky rocks or shaky things there. So I wouldn't really like 100% say, oh, the analysts are wrong. Like there's his like his mess ups every once in a while, but he's really gifted, especially with that how Puka he can really excel there. And honestly, I just like Sellers as a person. He's really humble. He's a really humble guy. He was a really underdog story. I mean, no team took a chance on him besides his hometown in South Carolina, who which was his number one choice, and he was only a 3-star prospect. And South Carolina took a chance on him, and I feel like he has a kind of chip on his shoulder. Actually, he wants to win too. You can sense when he's on the field. You can see Sellers wants to win. So I really like Sellers here. If he doesn't get drafted this highly, I think, or predicted to get drafted this highly, I see him returning to school and possibly even transferring. I think a good fit for him would be Miami. Miami just run a bunch of quarterbacks in Miami, like they did with Carson Beck and Cam Ward. But I think Sellers is a good prospect. I think he's in a bad situation more than anything. That Shane Beamer offense, Mike Shula offense was not good for him. So I think Sellers can really excel. The Patriots. If you ask me this year, I don't think I'd be thinking they'd be picking here. I got Concepcion. I really like Concepcion. Uh, he's a big guy. He can he can catch the ball. He's fast. He's a good returner. I saw him play. He had some good catches against South Carolina. He was free, so he's pretty good. I'm pretty sold on him. Patriots need some wide receiver help. I think I can take a wide receiver here, especially with Diggs getting older, and the whole wide receiver core for Drake May isn't that good. So if you give Drake May a proven number one or number two option, it would be really scary for the Patriots with how well coached that team is. So I really like Conception here. The Eagles. I don't know how they have him as wide receiver, but I think they should take corner. They've been really corner hurt this year. I like Colton Hood. Ever since McCoy went down, it's been Hood's responsibility. So he's physical. He's good on making plays on the ball, and he's also very good at disrupting routes, which is very key for a corner to make sure the wide receiver is uncomfortable. He's also 6 foot, so he can do some good. He has speed, and his coverage is pretty good. He does have some tackling concerns, but I feel like for this value, the Eagles will find a way to coach him right, how to like function. The Eagles staff is pretty good at that, and I think they can get away with that. And especially with the raw prospect like Hood, who has all the cornerback attributes and the physicals, they can develop him into tackling more, especially with how many people fly to the ball on that defense. So I like that here. The Broncos picking last. I think the Broncos, they don't need edge here, even though the edge classes are good. So the Titans or the Giants will have a good pick of edges, but I don't think they really need them that much because they just took edges there. But you could take Christian Miller. You can also take Jennings Dunker. So I think I'm gonna do that. I like Jennings Dunker. He's big. Iowa State Hawkeyes is pretty good when it comes to offensive line. He's 6'5", and over 300 pounds. He's a little athletic, or not that athletic, so he may move inside, but uh he can. I don't know if he'll be good for outside tackle play, but I do like how he is just good at or getting a grip on the pads and just driving, and Scouts have said he has a quote unquote nasty uh feeling to the game, so I like that too. I think he can he may lack speed, but he can really play with potential, and he can really stop someone's train their tracks. So I think he'll be good in the interior line as opposed to tackle. You might see him move, but it's a little wishy washy. You're just getting an offensive lineman there. You're not getting a pure tackler, a pure guard, or a pure center. So I like to hear. So this is my mock draft. Let me know if you have any uh, disagreements or any bad picks or any bad analysis of the players. But I think this is more refined than last week's because I'm starting to get more into the swing of things for actually recording and explaining my thought process. So, um, I do I do think the Giants can maybe take Jordan Tyson and they can just swap 2 and 7, just swap. I can see that, but I like this too. Let me know if you guys have any differences and opinions, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Peace.